Hello everyone, I'm Danny de Hek, CEO of Danny de Hek Limited. I searched. Vinny from Project Frugal, he searched, and we never from Project Frugal. He searched. He's Stephen Reese Lewis, and he searched,
and today
and we never from Project Frugal. He's Stephen Reese Lewis, and he searched,
and today
we never from Project Frugal. He's Stephen Reese Lewis, and he searched,
and today
we never from Project Frugal. He searched. That is why you don't do things live. In this video, we're going to give you the real Stephen Reese Lewis. Project Frugal, Vinny, he's in the chat room, he just popped up. He did 10 videos trying to show you the mechanics of HyperVerse. Yesterday, we found that HyperVerse is still moving money about. We found the connection between We Are All Satoshi and Boomerang, Sam Lee's whole outfit, everything. I've been working with a reporter from The Guardian, Sarah Martin. She's done 4 articles. I think it was yesterday or the day before. She did an article about the fake CEO of HyperVerse. She's been explaining to me she needs to lay the bed of the whole history of HyperVerse until we get into the good stuff. We've had 4 articles in The Guardian in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Some clever bastard out there figured out how to find Stephen Reese Lewis. Stephen Reese Lewis. We've been hunting for this guy with no luck. So what I want to do is I'm not going to give you a whole rigmarole of the whole HyperVerse thing. It's going to be a relatively short video. I was going to create a video and spend 5 hours and prove this and prove that, but I've changed my format lately and I do lives. That means you'll be notified when I've got a meeting, a live stream ready to go. Things go wrong. I don't edit it, but when I press stop, I can go to bed and sleep rather than staying up to 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning editing videos. So let's get straight into it. First of all, I want to show you the article. The article about the chief executive, I can't even read it. We'll get the computer to read it.
Chief executive of collapsed crypto fund HyperVerse does not appear to exist.
Right, so this guy, Stephen Reese Lewis, Sarah says they did their best reverse image lookup, couldn't find him. But here's a whole article about the whole history of Stephen Reese Lewis, the many false claims that he made, and I have 7 videos which I will show you later on of Stephen Reese Lewis. And this is what you would expect to hear from Stephen Reese Lewis.
Hello everyone, this is Stephen here, board member and new executive officer of Hypertech Group. This video is a formal introduction.
That was the first time Stephen come into it, and I think I've got notes. I think it's back 2021 when Stephen Reese Lewis come into the scene. So this article, I've seen it, I've searched for it, and it's been remashed a few times. Sarah Martin is the originator of the article, and it's now been picked up by lazy reporters who are just regurgitating her content. But in the meantime, it certainly has got the messages out. She was really excited. She told me that this article could potentially get in front of 100,000 people. Next thing we did, and by the way, I do have Stephen's phone number and we will be calling it in a few minutes. His name is actually Stephen, but this guy here, I take my hat off to him. 48,000 subscribers have subscribed to his YouTube channel, and I know why, because he brings you really awesome information. We just couldn't find him. But in my defense, a lot of the information that is now on Facebook, Instagram, and his LinkedIn account seems to be from 2022. And 2021 doesn't seem to go back as far as I like, and we'll show you all this. And the reason I'm doing this video is what I've done is I've taken screenshots of all his photos, I've taken screenshots of all his connections, because what normally happens when these people get public, they delete their Facebook account and we lose them again. I have all the 10 people that were involved with the HyperNation production team that are based in Kuala Lumpur, I have all their details. And I will be going through each of those names. But many hands make light work. As I explained a couple of days ago, some of the videos I'm doing, I did a 24-hour session at one point. When I finished, I pressed stop, it disappeared off YouTube. YouTube doesn't record videos for longer than 12 hours. It doesn't keep videos longer than 12 hours. So I've learnt that. But anyway, I did a 24-hour stream. Most of my videos are anything from 2 hours to 5 hours long because I do live streaming. So go into the description of the video. You'll find the links to the video and the article within the description of this video. And what I do along the way is I timestamp things so you can find different points. So this is basically my introduction. Now we're getting into Nobody Special Finance. And this guy is not a financial advisor, but I want to watch his video together so you can see how he and the mentality that goes down behind people like myself, Vinny, and other people who do these videos. And this guy is just... This is just a crack up. This is a 10-minute video, and then we'll get into showing you his Facebook page and all this other stuff. So here we go.
This guy is Stephen Reese Lewis. He's the CEO of the now defunct crypto platform, HyperVerse. And there's one big problem. Stephen Reese Lewis does not exist. It's a fake name, fake identity with a very impressive fake resume that was created for the purposes of pumping this scam token, and nobody has been able to figure out who this guy really is. Or should I say, nobody special has been able to figure out who this guy really is. And considering the fact that he helped steal over $1.3 billion from thousands of unsuspecting investors last year, well, I'm going to tell you who he really is, where he really is, and how I found him. What's up, guys? I'm Nobody Special, and this whole thing started yesterday when I saw this article in The Guardian. Chief executive of collapsed crypto fund HyperVerse does not appear to exist. And in this article, Sarah Martin decided to chase down all the details that were in Steve Reese Lewis's resume and found out that...
So Sarah rang me today after sending me the link to this video, and she was bouncing off the walls. So well done, and it's so exciting. And this is what's happening with these Ponzi schemes right now. It's taken 2 years to get the media coverage that we need to fully expose these guys. And it's so exciting that one article that might have, to get it out there and then get this sort of stuff coming, we've got a lot of clout behind us now. More to come in the next few months, I can assure you.
Nobody was able to confirm anything about this guy.
Vinny.
Supposedly, Lewis used to work for Goldman Sachs and Adobe. Sarah Martin investigated with those companies and found out that they had never heard of the guy. In his resume, Lewis also claims to have a BA in economics from Leeds University and an MBA in finance from Cambridge. And Sarah Martin chased down both of those leads and found out that neither school has ever heard of the guy. Certainly, he never earned a degree there. There's a couple of other crypto sleuths out there on YouTube and on various blogs that have been trying to expose this guy for a while now. They've all been able to prove that Stephen Reese Lewis doesn't exist, but nobody has been able to find out who the guy really is. Now, before we get into who Stephen really is and how I found him, understand this was not just a little crypto scam. This was actually the biggest crypto scam in all of 2022.
It's a great graph there, looking at it. Look at that and I think, wow. And I think the 1.3 billion is actually quite reservative, to be honest, with what I've heard. What I wanted to get at is that often, like, there was another company called Bull Market Cow, whatever it's called, something about Jan Gregory, and they had a CEO, and we found out that he had grabbed the photo of LinkedIn. Every single one of these companies have these CEOs that very rarely can you actually put your hands on. So it's quite a common practice now.
HyperVerse, all the way over there, stole nearly $1.3 billion last year. And as you can see from this chart behind me that was done by Chainalysis.com, none of the other scams last year even come close to the amount of money that was stolen from HyperVerse investors. And creating a fake CEO out of thin air also wasn't the only trick that the HyperVerse used to lure in unsuspecting investors. Check out this video from Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris here, and I want to give a shout out to HyperVerse. Under the leadership of CEO Stephen HyperVerse will be the leader of metaverse space. This is the dawn of a new beginning with the metaverse odyssey, with endless possibilities. Keep up all the great work and just know you are Chuck Norris approved. Your friend, Chuck Norris.
As it turns out, being able to divide by zero and dribble a bowling ball are not the only tricks up Chuck Norris's sleeve. Chuck Norris also sells celebrity endorsements on Cameo.com, where, up until yesterday anyway, if you had enough money, you could pay Chuck Norris to wish you a happy birthday, or, if this applies to you, endorse your fraudulent crypto token. And it wasn't just Chuck Norris that was helping to pump the HyperVerse. Even Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak was getting in on the action via Cameo.com. Here he is endorsing the crypto token while also proving that you can drive a bus up Steve Wozniak's nostrils. So after finding out that these guys stole $1.3 billion last year, and that it looks like so far they're getting away with it because nobody has been able to figure out who Steve Reese Lewis is, I set out to track down this guy myself, and I started here at PimEyes.com. This is a facial recognition app. You may recall I also used this to track down our buddy Josh Liebold from the Amazon crypto scam a few weeks ago. Now, when I first ran that picture of Steve Reese Lewis through this facial recognition software, I got a lot of hits like these right here. These are other crypto...
Oh, I didn't notice this the first time. These have got de Hek all over them. Brilliant. So they'll be coming from my website. How awesome is that?
Crypto sleuths, YouTubers, and bloggers wondering the same thing. Who is this guy? And of course, they're all putting his picture in the thumbnail. So this picture came up over and over again. But as you scroll down, you start to get into some other pictures that aren't quite so innocent.
Oh, did we see yours in there, Vinny? Just going back. I think I might have seen one of your thumbnails. We'll have a wee look.
Scroll down, you start to get...
you video. Oh, I thought that was yours. Probably
get into some other
just having a look.
Pictures that aren't quite so innocent. Turns out our buddy Steve is a big fan of the nightlife in Bangkok, Thailand. Here he is brilliant. A few years ago at a pub called the Australian. And there's plenty of other pictures of our fake CEO lingering drunkily in the background of various nightclubs and bars in and around Bangkok. But none of these pictures of our fake CEO gave me any information that might lead me to his identity. I was able to establish that this guy either travels often to or lives in Bangkok, but still no clues about who he is. So I decided to change tactics a little bit, and I started to focus on the people that Steve was talking to or hanging out with in these pictures.
Brilliant.
Maybe they would give me some clues as to the identity of who this guy really is. And it turns out that besides enjoying a good cocktail, our buddy Steve here is also a big fan of posing for pictures with escorts and adult film stars at these bars in Thailand. So again, I had to shift tactics a little bit. Right. Step one was to sterilize the heck out of my browser history. And step two was to focus on facial recognition of the other male individuals in these pictures with Steve. And it was this picture here that would ultimately lead me to Steve's identity. Shown here pulling down his...
I am so excited. This is so cool. I have watched this already and glued to the screen, and then I've spent 3 hours getting ready for this live. And obviously I've stuffed up the beginning straight away with my funny sound, but this stuff is what we live for. We spend hours researching these people. But obviously they get cocky, and everyone that runs these scams get cocky eventually, and they start to put their guard down, and that's when they can get exposed by people like this. I'm pretty sure we could have done this, but we didn't. We couldn't. So well done, mate. Good on you for exposing this bastard.
His eyelids is our respectful, credible, Leeds and Cambridge educated CEO. But that guy in the middle, when I ran his face through the facial recognition software, that's when things started to get interesting. You see, like our fake CEO, this guy also enjoys the nightlife and the company of the ladies in Bangkok. But this guy also appears to have something of a professional history as well. And as I started clicking on some of these images and tracing them to their websites, Brilliant. I found out that his name was Chris Mooten, and he also lives in Bangkok, Thailand. And it turns out Steve's buddy Chris is a fellow tuber. Chris Mooten has his own YouTube channel. It's only got 7 subscribers and 3 videos from about 9 years ago, but there he is, the guy who posed for a picture with our fake crypto CEO at a bar in Bangkok, Thailand, let's see what we learn about this guy. Not a lot of interesting stuff in his videos, but I did notice some of the...
I just love the investigation that this guy does. And honestly, guys, we do this type of hours and hours of going back and forth and going through their friend stuff that he's about to show us. And it just shows you it pays off doing this. I always go after the families because they're the ones that post the photos on their Facebook page, and you can usually link back even if the person has locked down their profiles.
Channels that he subscribes to. The Crypto Prophet. That's interesting because remember, this is a crypto scam is while we're looking at this guy to begin with. There's Doug Polk. He's a pretty popular crypto YouTuber. Ready, Set, Crypto, Crypto Banner, Shitcoin Talk. So we know this guy hangs out with our fake crypto CEO at the bar in Thailand, and we know he's into crypto. This told me I was on the right track, so I decided to dig in a little further to Chris Mooten. And so I went to Chris's Facebook page. I decided, hey, let's see what other pictures this guy had been posting.
Brilliant.
Maybe let's find out who his friends are. And that, folks, was our aha moment, because here we go.
Money shot.
In Chris Mooten's Facebook page and his feed, there's our boy, fake CEO Steve, sitting down for a lovely lunch with Chris Mooten, the guy he was drinking with at that bar in Thailand. Now, unfortunately, nobody was tagged in this picture, so it wasn't as simple as just hovering over the guy's face to find out who he was. But just for the heck of it, I noticed there was 5 likes on this image. You don't think this guy would have liked his own image, and sure enough, when you click on the likes,
Good on him.
there you go. The second number liking his own picture is a guy named Steve Harrison.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Now, before I made this video, I wanted to be crystal clear that this was definitely our guy. I didn't want to shine a spotlight on an innocent man and end up ruining somebody's life. So here's a couple of side-by-side pictures of our boy Stevo and our fake CEO, Steve Reese Lewis. And it's pretty obvious that we're talking about the same guy. But just in case you're still not totally convinced, listen to this audio from the Steve Reese Lewis fake CEO promo, and then compare that to the accent and the inflection in the voice of Steve Harrison in this video from his Facebook page.
There are multiple ongoing developments within the HyperVerse ecosystem, and we are very excited to slowly unreveal and share them with you. So let's do something live. I'm currently training for Spartan in 3 weeks. I'm going down there to do the trail run, which is 10K, and I think I've done this course before.
So when comparing the pictures side by side and listening to the voice one after the other, it is crystal clear, beyond the shadow of a doubt, that Steve Reese Lewis, the fake CEO of the scam HyperVerse that stole $1.3 billion, is in fact Steve Harrison, aka Stevo, originally from the UK, now living in Bangkok, Thailand. And when Steve is not bar hopping in Bangkok, he spends his days at a company called Move to What Moves You, which he founded in 2016. It appears to be a real estate consultancy firm. Here is the Facebook page for that firm, and there are some pictures of Steve helping people find houses in Bangkok, presumably. And it looks like this Facebook page went dormant around the middle of 2020, where presumably Steve decided to spend a little less time helping people find homes and decided to get into stealing billions of dollars via crypto frauds instead. So there you have it, folks. Steve Reese Lewis, the fake fictional CEO of the crypto fraud HyperVerse, is really Steve Harrison, who lives in Bangkok, Thailand, and who used to be a real estate consultant at Move to What Moves You. Now that Stevo here has been put on a silver platter and handed off to you guys in law enforcement, hey, Bangkok police, Interpol, FBI, all you guys, this guy helped steal $1 billion. Someone want to maybe go talk to him, knock on his door, say hello? Be sure and tell him nobody sent you. Till next time, live small and dream big.
Wow. Wasn't that exciting, eh? Yeah, it was exciting for me. And it's probably exciting for Vinny, who's been listening to that.
We turn to Sam Stovall, CFRA research.
Sold the company? Sold his company to Adobe. Yeah, I know. It's so funny. All the, if we just quickly go back to this, these statements here that Sarah's grabbed off the thing, you know, spent a decade in IT, fintech industry. Business management. All these lies are fed to you. Worked for Goldman Sachs. Began his own web development company. Later sold it to Adobe. oh, there's just so many claims you don't need, but they just make up bullshit. All these scams just make up bullshit. Hey, do you want to ring him? Let's ring Stephen Reese Lewis. I don't know what to say to him, but we'll ring him and see if his phone works, because the phone number was on the website. And I don't know if it works, but let's ring him and say, hey, Steve, it's Danny. Here we go. Let's see. User busy. Oh, we'll have to ring him back later. I don't know what to say. Hi. I bet he's been getting a few phone calls. Should I say Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger? Or should I say, hi, it's Dan. Kia ora from New Zealand. We'll ring him as we go on. So, since then, what I've been doing is I've been going through and finding and building a database on him. So the first thing I did is I found him on Instagram. Now, Vinny, I'll chuck this into the chat for you. You can have a look, just for a laugh, shits and giggles. It's basically private. He's been to 36 plus countries though, which is quite interesting. And he's living in Canada? And what's that flag? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Anyway, I've requested to be his friend. For some reason, he hasn't come back to me yet. So this was his Facebook page, right? And the first thing I did is I went through and I've taken all the photos of him. And obviously he's been to India. And I went through here and I just tried to find any photos around the same timestamps that he would have been doing HyperVerse stuff, which was in around about, I think it was April 2021. Vinny will know. And I've just gone through here, because what I want you guys to do, because I'm going to put his Facebook page, obviously, in this in the chat, and I also want you guys to go through there and see if you can find anything that may help us sort of find his family or anything like that. Hey, Susie South, what are you doing up here? How you doing? Nice to see 11 people. We just found Stephen Reese Lewis, the real person. So I just want to show you what I've been doing here. First thing is I've been grabbing photos of him, and obviously I found these two here, and this is where it's going to get a bit disjointed, and I was hoping that these photos of was him working with the production team, because you can see the guy with the mask on and the glasses. Well, if you go to this one here, this is the production team that was doing all the HyperNation stuff, and I presume they were also doing the HyperVerse stuff. But I literally have the team of people that were producing all the videos that you saw. And I'm going to show you some of those in a minute, but not just yet. So what I wanted to do is just show you the Instagram account basically fizzes out to nothing. But then you can go through his Facebook page, and why it's good for me to do this is because if I recognize any connections with anyone in here, it's because I've been doing this for a couple of years. I mean, we can figure out where he lives, probably by his surroundings. There was some gym that he frequents. There's lots of names of bars and cafes. I mean, you can read through his friends that have commented. So this guy that's got his arm around him lives in Bangkok, just like that guy did who was a reporter. We can go there as well. And then we can go through their photos. But boys and girls, I don't want to be a bit of a pain, but there's the guy there out with him. I haven't even seen this photo. But there's oodles of evidence. Now, why we're going to look through the 7 videos he did is because what I want to show you guys is the fact that I could spend hours and hours researching this guy, and he'll probably claim that he was a paid actor and read out the scripts as told and thought he was in a movie. But the plots, the plotting of the HyperVerse and the misleading people. Look at this photo here. I'm going to keep that one for sure. But remember, if we went through So where are they? What do they do? What circles are they? Is this a criminal network that we don't know about? You know, this is all the fun stuff that we're looking at. I mean, this isn't Steve's Facebook page, but this is obviously someone who could be his best mate. Who knows? But let's have a look. Spend the time with me. Go through and see if you can find other photos of Stephen Reese Lewis. You know, because obviously he's a party boy and likes going out in Thailand, and he probably lives in Thailand. I would literally go to Thailand and track him down because I would love to meet the Stephen Reese Lewis. He's taken a lot of people's money and he's taken a lot of my time as well. But it just amazes me. But there's lots of investigating to do, and what will probably happen is he'll probably delete his Facebook page. So, you know, you can come through here and look at, you know, everything. See how recent things are. I'll leave it to your imagination. But anyway, let's go back. So that's just one contact. Then you go through. What else have we got? There's literally heaps of photos. What's this? No high-flying birds. So then I thought, well, let's not stop on just the images. Let's have a look at the videos. So if you go to the top of his profile and click on videos, this is where it really got interesting, and the guy in the video didn't mention any of this. But look at this. This is
I think I've seen you for 2023. Where have you been hiding?
Hey, Will, hey, Nathan. Yeah, not seen you for about a year and a half now, haven't we? I thought you guys had forgotten about me. Well, I've forgotten about you. So, yeah, it's a bit odd, really.
Well,
So he's called Liverpool Fan Thailand. So it says he's from the UK but lives in Thailand. That's correct. Yeah, and here's a video of him. They're asking where he's been
not
hiding.
forgotten about you, Steve. I think you've just been playing with Anita and Leroy on Mondays and don't come and speak to us on Fridays. But there we go. We're glad to have you back. And look, Steve, I mean, at the turn of the year, Liverpool, top of the league, a 2-point lead, only one defeat so far this season.
You've got to ask the question, how can someone that seems to be in the public arena hide for so long? Well, this was the 30th of December, 2023. Here's Stephen Reese Lewis.
So many positives, but it almost feels...
Carrying on. So then you go down and you think, well, I wonder what he was doing more around the time when he was doing the HyperVerse stuff. So I haven't spent the time, I haven't given it the energy needed. In fact, I'm probably premature doing this very video, but I didn't want to spend the rest of my evening just going through. So if I pick on any one of these, this one here.
Right, guys, what we up to today? We just been to the gym, did some work this morning, and now it's running across a fucking crazy street in Bangkok. All right, here we go, here we go.
So I found the address of his business, and now I actually, if we go to, I think here.
You got to live here a long time to know how to cross these streets, all right? You do it quite well then, you see, like that.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking arrogant prat, to be honest. So, as I said, so let's go to something which will probably be around the same time. Let's go something on a screen.
Steve is in Thailand, friend of the show. And Steve, how are you going to cope? First of all, Liverpool, forget FPL. How are you going to cope without Salah and Mane?
So, what gets me is, does that mean that he was being recorded in Thailand? You know, like, so this is...
Came out in I think it was like a turquoise blue Jaguar.
August
like 96, and he stopped outside the grounds and opened up
2021. And he's obviously in a Zoom meeting. So this is actually quite amazing. So around this time here is when he was actually on TV.
Steve in Thailand is with us, a big smile on Steve's face. I mean, what a turnaround for Liverpool. What a running.
I mean, are we for real that this guy is a TV presenter, a TV commentator, and we couldn't find him on the internet? I mean, this is breathtaking to me. I mean, Vinny has spent ages. I've spent ages. And here's all these videos that were recorded
Thanks, Kate Sienna, for this nice bottle of
March
sparkling wine.
2021.
I really put it back on ice because I'll be back next month and I can have it in maybe another bottle, all right? Happy days. See you next month for Colour down the road from here, kids. Yeah. Take care.
So this guy, I think he needs to, obviously, I mean, I know I've been to Thailand 5 times, and I know that you can't just get away with shit like you can in Dubai.
Okay, so back with a chat this weekend. It's another full week of fixtures coming up. We've got some great games this weekend. We got Man United Everton.
How come we couldn't find this guy? It just blows me away. I'm actually thinking this is just crazy. But anyway, I'm not going to spend my life doing it. I've spent enough time trying to find this guy. But I have informed the men in black in America. I've given them the link to the guy's video who did it. And I've also told them that we've managed to track 6.8. It's around about, it is actually $6.8 million being transferred from, well, transferred in or transferred out. I haven't read it properly yet. But we've managed to find all the wallet addresses of all the scams. So not only have we proved to people that all these scams are operating out of the same building, this here is Pinaki Nak, and this is D, and they are promoting Diversal. And these two guys are directors of Diversal. Diversal has basically come along and theoretically been told that they've bought the database of an organisation that no one knows. So I don't even know how that works. That wallpaper that guy's standing behind is the same wallpaper in Sam Lee's office when he was doing VidiLook. So when I saw that, I thought, I sent that off to Garrett Blakesley, who spoke to me for 2 hours on the phone after Sam tried to throw him under the bus and claimed that he had stolen all the money from VidiLook. I'm not going to start explaining all these Ponzi schemes. And he laughed and he said, yes, it's all out of the same building. So we've proved that all these scams, even WeWe Global, and the blockchain era are running on Sam's software. Now, Sam doesn't own the software company, even though Sam claims to be a billionaire. He walked around the streets of Dubai in the Silicon Valley and pointed out, I think it was 5 buildings or 8 buildings. I think it was 5 buildings. No, it's 8 buildings he owned and housed 5,000 staff, so he alleged. And then he walks into this very building with that wallpaper. So we've proved that they're operating out of the same building. And now, just 2 days ago, we have proved that all the wallets that have been tracked from each Ponzi scheme are connected. And we saw a transaction for, I think it was $6.7 million transferred yesterday when they're launching this new VidiLook. So if you go to my YouTube channel when I'm not broadcasting live, you'll see a video there. We have this information available for law enforcement. I've got over 130 different profiles. So if you look at Stephen Reese Lewis here, obviously I've got all his photos. We've got all his photos for his that were on his Facebook page. We've got all his friends that he's linked into. And if you go back to Stephen Harrison, you'll see that we've now started collecting everything we can about him. So I'm after an information from my Avengers. So if you can help us find anything on Stephen Harrison or Stevo, then please send it my way. You can do so on my website. You'll see a box pop up about now because I don't edit anymore. And this box is my website. My website is here. You click on Contact Us. If you want to be anonymous, you can. But click on Contact Us and you'll see there's a form there that you can fill out. If you've lost money to any of these Ponzi schemes or scams, please let me know. Tell me your sponsor. If you want to remain anonymous, just use anonymous@gmail.com as the email address. But if you want to be brave, put your email address. I will keep it private. I will correspond with you and we can actually put this database in front of law enforcement. But some of the things I really think is really funny. If you look at this picture here, I used to give Stephen Reese Lewis a hard time because nobody does up their top button of their jacket except Steve. Now I'm going to stand back here. And look, my jacket is open. My jacket's open. And I used to say, who the hell puts the top button of their suit up like that? So what I'm going to do is, I think I've just about done my dash by showing you stuff. So obviously Sarah Martin, she was on the phone to me today, even though it was her day off. She was jumping up and down, bouncing off the wall, saying we've found the real Stephen Reese Lewis. This clever guy here, Nobody Special Finance, who's not a financial advisor, and he makes that clear on his website. and he's got a video on here called Got It. You'll find the link in the description. Please comment on his videos and tell him he's friggin' awesome. And as I showed you early on, we went through the video, which was 10 minutes long,
is Stephen
basically
Reese
showing you
Lewis.
how he managed to track down Stephen Reese Lewis. We have Stephen's phone number. We'll try ringing it again and see if he answers. And we'll see what happens. User busy. It says that twice. I'm going to try ringing him on... I'm going to try ringing him on WhatsApp. Because sometimes WhatsApp goes through better than phone numbers because people who leave the UK. It'd be awesome if he answered, wouldn't it? I don't know what time it is in Thailand, but I think they're 6 hours, a day behind 6 hours, something like that, isn't it? Anyway, he's not answering at the moment. But I will keep trying. You can see the phone number on the screen, or you can get it off his Facebook page. It's pretty public information. So as I said, we went through and looked at some of the videos. It looked like he was pretty rampant doing soccer updates on Liverpool when at the same time that he was in HyperVerse. I couldn't find any reference to anything on HyperVerse at a quick glance, so maybe you can. Also, the property company but had an address, so I had a look at the address, and I'll just see if I can get directions to it, see what happens. Interesting. So when I did bring this up before, no, it doesn't look easy. I did actually have it up before, so it might be there. Oh, this was funny. Somebody sent me a photo of Stephen Reese Lewis all dressed up in a suit with his top buttons done up, so I thought I'd put that there. Ah, this is the one. This is the address of the apartment. So maybe you recognise the building. Maybe you recognise Steve. I'd love to know what he's been doing. I'd love to know his involvement. It would be absolutely brilliant. All right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to go through a video, which I did, and I'm just going to show you a little bit of the history of Stephen Reese Lewis. I think I actually took a lot of the background music out of this when I did it originally, so I'm just going to have another look at that again. And you'll hear... So what I've done in this video, which I'm not going to bore you to death with, is it was a video I did, and I basically put all the videos of Reece Lewis. So just to give you an idea, this video that you're looking at was used to promote HyperVerse. It was actually stolen off the internet, and the company that owned it reached out to me asking if I knew the address of HyperVerse so that they could go after them for copyright, claiming that this was their version of the metaverse. So that was quite an eye-opener in itself. Then I did my version of Stephen Reese Lewis.
If you like here, board member and new executive officer of Hypertech Group. This video is a formal introduction of myself, my motivations for taking a new management role, and my visions for the future of Hypertech.
He's an absolutely shocking actor, but that was the first video, the first time we ever saw Stephen Reese Lewis. And then every time we would get a video, we'd look at it and we'd try to figure out where a suit could have been made from. We tried all sorts of wonderful things. So that was his first speech. And then the second speech.
NFTs, non-fungible tokens, which are a fancy name for a unique piece of digital property on the blockchain. Art, music, sports memorabilia, and trading cards, games, and many other areas are finding NFTs are a unique and verifiable new way to identify something on its own. More and more mainstream companies have been trying to get a slice of the pie.
So remember, this guy is an actor. He's claiming he is the CEO of a company called HyperVerse. People were buying and selling, well, they're mainly buying packages along the way. So as these videos got more in depth, when things started getting wrong, so this looked like a completely different setup. And one would think that he was literally in a different studio. Look at the quality of the video, which you can probably see. And then all of a sudden we've got high def, and he's got a nicer suit on, better colour, a better cutout, the whole 9 yards. So this is where we thought you can see a slight green tinge around his suit. So we figured out, obviously, it's a green screen and all that sort of stuff. But anyway.
Been busy behind the scenes working on our HyperVerse ecosystem, and I updated that on my Twitter channel. I hope everyone is doing well. Besides the ongoing pandemic, we now have the Russia-Ukraine crisis, and it pains me to watch innocent citizens suffering from political affairs. Wherever...
Oh, what have we got here? A link. Yeah, I still think Ryan Jew's in Singapore. Aspire TV trainer. Have you found him? Is that the aspiring company? Just be a laugh. Is there any photos in there of anyone like him? Imagine that. That would be like pretty cool. Yeah, don't know. Anyway, so we'll go back to the video. So that was Stephen Reese Lewis, and then we'd lots would happen every week, and then there would be another video out about Stephen Reese, and it was mainly at the time Vinny and myself, because I met Vinny. He saw one of my videos, and then he reached out to me, and then we were both sort of producing video after video. So that was, him talking about the metaverse. I mean, this guy got in deep. The one that was most breathtaking is probably the ones when it all started going pear-shaped, and he was telling people not to worry. He was explaining that the system had been hacked. I mean, if he would have to know what was going on. He couldn't make this up or pretend he's acting. Because he was a bloody useless actor.
The promotion has been going on for a few weeks now, and I know that the feedback we have received was overwhelmingly positive. I am thrilled to see our Hyper community expanding at such a rapid pace, and I'm excited to share that we will be having more upcoming campaigns to reward our community. As announced at our HyperVerse launch in December, and as I mentioned in my recent update, HVT is our own token, and it's being used throughout our groundbreaking HyperVerse ecosystem.
All right, so why we looked at that page before is I just heard in the chat room that he received a certificate in 2021. So this could have been one of his first acting roles. I mean, obviously, he probably... I'm not going to make any assumptions. This guy's as guilty as the rest of them in my books. But if he's going to try escape out of this by saying that he was a paid actor, how could you not research the company that hired you? Let's just argument's sake that he's going to use that as an excuse. Who hired you? Show us the contract. Reach out to us rather than Sarah tried to contact you via Facebook, and what you did is you just blocked her and banned her. It won't go away. And being in Thailand, I think you'd be better off in Dubai, just saying. So whatever they paid you, it wasn't enough.
The team is working on expanding the use cases and utility of our HVT tokens, which will be giving members more opportunities to explore our ecosystem's suites of products and services.
He was terrible at reading off a teleprompter. All right, I've been given some information from one of my Avengers. Well done, you. Let's see if we can bring them up. Right, so he's got... I did find... I've got to show you this one. I'm sorry to interrupt people who are watching this video, but I can't help myself. Somebody had already sent me one of the screenshots, and it was him in a suit. So you got the one in the suit, but then this one here was a crack up. I hope it's going to be big enough. I've still got it on my desktop. Oh, can you read that? It's looks like he's doing an advert where he's got the suit. And, like the way he wears his suits and the type of suit he's wearing there, it would have to be around about the same. So that was August 2022, these photos. But just look at these photos, I've been there. I mean, this guy is responsible for misleading so many people, and he's in the public arena. So how can we not name and shame him and make him, there's his mum and dad. I mean, let's find his mum and dad. I mean, look at this here. This cafe, where's this cafe? I mean, we can search for this sort of stuff. I mean, who are these guys? I mean, I haven't got time to do reverse image lookups and all this and could do all this blah, blah, blah. But all his photos, all his friends, I'm going to go through them and I'm going to find if there's any connections to any of these people. I mean, scoot onto his Facebook page, So what have we got? We've got a declaimer. Let's see what we've got here. We'll just move that into the screen somehow if I can do it. Is that going to be big enough? Let's hope it is. Oh, does it let me make it bigger? Oh, it does a bit. Let's try it. Oh, we might be able to get it big. Steve Harrison, thanks to Darren, the team back in the UK. Oh, I wonder who Darren is then. I'm just trying to make that a bit bigger without exposing too many people. Right, Darren, TV presenter training, for helping me fine-tune and adjust my skills to help me develop further. Your guidance and vast experience in the industry has been spot on. I can't read the stupid words. Don't ask me to read shit. 17 comments, 1 share, and there's his diploma. Inspire. Wow. Inspire. We are delighted to let you know that we have teamed up with Presenter Jobs. Oh, well, who knows? Who knows what story he's going to come up with to defend himself? Who knows? Who cares? We've found him. That's the real fun part, so that's going to be fun. Okay, I'm telling you, I haven't prepared much, but I've got a lot to go on with. So there we go, Diversal. All these companies are all under the same umbrella. This could be a house he either lived in or his offices are in, so if you recognise any of this stuff, do let me know. There's a stupid geeky suit, and there was his Twitter account where 14,000 people had to follow Stephen Reese Lewis. Here you can see the fake video that he pinched from what was it something into the future, some company that had that video. But yeah, we used to live on his YouTube channel looking for updates and the like. All right, I think I've done my dash. I've showed you the videos. Oh, actually, no, I haven't. I'll just finish off these videos. So that was Stephen Reese Lewis. I used to find the background picture. We found the pictures on Yeti Images. We were hoping it was a sort of a sign of where he was. And then when it all started going pear-shaped, he announced...
Now, I know most of you are only focusing on Hyperdrive memberships, especially with the new 4 times promo that we have added.
So that was when the Ponzi scheme couldn't sustain itself, so they decided to make it 4 times instead of 3 times. Instead of 600 days, you would have to wait 1,330 days before you received your 4 times. And this was their way of slowing down the money burn when it was all disappearing. But at that time, people like Kalpesh Patel, Keith Williams, Kalpesh Patel, I accused of making $1 million a day. He reached out to me and said I was just as bad as Sam Lee. And I said, what do you mean? And he said, you were telling people I'm making $1 million a day. And I said, well, how much were you making, Kelp? And he goes, oh, I won't tell you that. But he told me he didn't like Sam Lee because Sam Lee was giving away, he was taking the money out of HVT and he said that leadership was taking it out of HyperVerse and putting it into Bitcoin, and they weren't doing whale trading, and they weren't doing investing in startups as the people who were called nodes were actually told they were doing. Kalpesh left. Anyway, he got stuck into me, telling me that I was bad because I was making up stories about him, but that's what I heard. Anyway, eventuates that theoretically Kalpesh Patel has actually made $86 million out of his involvement in HyperVerse. Sam Lee's ex-girlfriend, or what wouldn't be nice to say, mistress, who's living in one other country, or which I won't say to protect her a little bit, is telling me that Sam Lee only made, I think it was $2.5 million out of his involvement with HyperVerse. I've got videos of them in Hong Kong running hyper tech meetings when they're all around a table, and I look around the room and I see the people from Hcash, you know, and the humble beginnings, as I say. But don't forget that the article that Sarah actually wrote, you know, goes through and talks about the whole upbringing of it all, you know, how it all happens. And this is just about the funny side of it. It talks about Mr. H and Mrs. H. I mean, I spent a day putting together a video proving that there was 4 versions of Mr. H, and then Mrs. H comes out, and I thought, what the heck? People had all this stupid stuff given to them, and they still invested their money into this, you know. We've got Vera, who's told her story. I put them in touch with that, you know, and, you know, my involvement is with The Guardian. The other article, that's the first article she wrote, investors lose millions of dollars of crypto. So she's busy. She's going to write more articles. The best thing you can do if you've got any information is not just contact me, but contact Sarah Martin and, you know, tell her what you know. I cheekily asked her if she would do an article about Danny de Hek, and she said, you've already had one from the New York Times. And I said, well, I wouldn't mind another one because I want some publicity. I want my YouTube channel out there. I've done about 750 videos. Then I go to this guy who's done this smashing video. No one can deny him of that. And he's got 45,000 people, 48,000 people subscribed to his YouTube channel, and he's done 900 videos. You know, I know my videos aren't that bad, but I'm trying to figure out how come I don't get the traction. Maybe because he produced a 10-minute video and I shouldn't be doing long-form videos. But it's very hard to summarize everything I have. I've been talking for 15 minutes so far, and I've just played a 10-minute video. But I sort of want it also to be an archive of information. So there's his LinkedIn profile, which I'll send through. That wasn't in the article, but I did manage to find that once I knew his name. And we also found the company website, which is quite easy to find, but I'll stick it in the chat window in case anyone wants to have a look. I'm also just going to have a quick look at WhatsApp. What else I wanted to do? Sorry for being a bit vague. I just want to make sure there's nothing else there in WhatsApp. Got to learn how to keep these off the screen, don't I? Where's the video? So, yep, so that was another video. Then it got to the stage.
However, you'll be doing yourself a disservice if you do not check out the other products.
So he's encouraging people to get involved with the Ponzi scheme, so you can't deny that. And then they had these...
I'd like to send out hearty congratulations.
This is where we started to think it was all falling over, because this studio went back to poor quality, and he's wearing a pink tie. Doesn't go with the outfit, mate. You should be wearing a bright red tie.
The outstanding candidates that have outshined everyone else. To me, the winners of this competition deserve nothing but the highest.
Oh, these videos bring back memories of hours and hours of work, don't they, Vinny?
Who they say they are. It enables us to better prevent non-compliance or other malicious activities. Simply put, KYC helps us to protect our members and community.
So now it's all big deal, isn't it, this KYC, know your own customer? Hey, yeah, no, thanks, Sarah. You're really valuable. If you want her, I can put you in touch with her via... I can put you in touch with her via WhatsApp. She uses it if you want. Or you can just, I can give you her phone number in a minute. And you can actually contact her, which I don't believe I can do this. I'm just going to do a screenshot. Reach out to her on WhatsApp. Look at that, I'm doing it in real time. Just everyone else wait. There you go. There's the contact details. Yeah, so I don't know if I've got the video here, but one part of it, he talks about how they've had, you know, multiple accounts. But whereabouts did he talk about the multiple accounts? Was it this one here?
Is committed to comply with global regulations. As we announced in December at the launch of our new HyperVerse, for regulatory reasons, can manage it. Essentially,
no, it must have been back here.
Hi everyone.
Hi everyone.
Well, not to worry. I'm happy to announce that we will soon be hosting new flash events on a weekly basis. I've received. I cannot make a comprehensive announcement just yet on this multiple accounts issue.
Here it is.
But we are finally very close to announcing a solution that can move everyone forward in the hyper community to the intended one account per member situation that will be enforced going forward. Please bear in mind always that which we found in our programming, and we are working our way through those manually. If you completed the Google form,
the Google form, and you couldn't upload an image, and every time you upload an image, it would tell you it was blurry. It was all stalling tactics. It was just crazy. Hey, but they may, if they've got their figures right, I believe it's more than that. But $1.3 billion is somebody's actually summarised how much money it was. Absolutely incredible. All right, guys, I think I've done my dash. So the guy there, that's the real Stephen Reese Lewis, and his name's Steve Harrison. Steve Harrison, otherwise known as Stevo. And that guy there is Stephen Reese Lewis. And if you haven't been keeping up with current events, pal, it's the same guy. And thank you so much to Nobody. Sounds like Rob Woolley, doesn't he? Nobody, who has actually managed to find the real Stephen Reese Lewis. Because honestly, I would have spent, I don't know how long we spent on it, Vinny. Far too long. It's been absolutely awesome. So I'm quite rapt about that. I just want to get this live out. I'm sort of a bit tired about doing videos, but I just think that is just absolutely brilliant. All right, guys. I don't know. I'm going to hang up on you guys, and then I'm going to think, oh, I forgot to do one thing. So I'm just going to make sure that nothing has been forgotten. I couldn't find him on Twitter, but I did find the original Twitter account. I know what we'll do. We'll just have a quick ring, see if we one more try to ring him. Hey, P Music. We found the real Steve Reese Lewis. Look at that. There he is. Found his real identity. When you look at this photo here, though, his head looks too big for the body. And it looks like it could be superimposed. Do you think all those images are super exposed? Who knows? But look at that head. Don't you think he's got a big head? Just looks like a big head to me. Oh, by the way, I'm ringing Stephen right now, just in case you're wondering what that ring is. That's where he may have lived. That may be his office address, may have been where he stayed. But, and just remember, if we're going through, we've got, so I've actually created a bit of a database on him. I've grabbed all the photos, which I like to see, even of his mum and dad and his friends. We see that he's out there. We could probably find him on Strava, because Strava would actually be, would be a laugh. So his real name is actually Stephen Harris. I tell you what, though, wouldn't that be funny? Just to find where he lives by looking at Strava. How do you spell Strava? Boy, I'm shocking, aren't I? Strava. Can I spell Strava? Strava. Okay, Strava. Imagine that. Because if he's an athlete, oh, now do we put... Oh, my goodness. Imagine that. Athletes. We would be able to find out where he lives. I know you can cut it off about a kilometre from home. Is that... What flag's that? That's Ireland, isn't it? It's not him. Okay. No, it's not him. But that does give me an idea. I've got to have a wee look. You can stay here with me while you want. So Harrison, and now we're just going to put Strava, Thailand. Let's see. And we could find him through events in Harrison. Oh, that'd be funny, wouldn't it? Adam Harrison. Because if you go through there, you could find even Garmin. Garmin Connect. Imagine that. That would be a laugh. I work selling Garmin devices. But it'll be race results. We could have a field down this guy. Hey, any information would be absolutely awesome, man. All right, excellent. I'm going to bed. I am Danny de Hek, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. And we found Stephen Reese Lewis. I say we. I can't really take the credit for this one, but we must get some brownie points for trying for 18 months to find him. But the real Stephen Reese Lewis has been named and shamed, and that's the purpose of my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support. And just for my fans who know what I did today, we had a pretty awesome day. I'm dressed up in a suit because I had a dear friend of ours who actually was in a car accident and died on Christmas Day. Not Christmas Day. What do you call it, the day after Christmas? Don't know what you call it. But anyway, she died, and we managed to go to a funeral. About 500 people there. She was much loved. She was only 34 years of age. Helps you get your priorities right when things like that happen. And so I put my best suit on. And in fact, I have not finished. I forgot the most important video, and we're going to go back into this, guys. You're gonna kill me. You've got to watch this video with me. This is the funniest video I ever did. Okay, Vinny will know what it is. Hi, I'm Danny de Hek, and I've just stumbled across a Zoom room promoting HyperVerse, and I want you guys to listen in along the way so you can see what propaganda they are actually preaching to people. Now, what you probably don't realize. All right, so this is historical. This is cringeworthy material. But I've created. This is the first time I've actually. I think this is literally the first time I've actually managed to gate crash somebody's Zoom meeting, and the background wallpaper is one of the Stephen Reese Lewis videos. But here I'm listening to this. You can actually hear them talking about the CEO in here. Actually, let's have a wee listen to this. Oh, I might have missed it. But they talk about Mars Academy, they talk about Ryan Jew, they talk about Sam Lee, and they talk about their CEO, but I must have entered the meeting at the wrong time. But this is cringeworthy. Oh my goodness, I did it again. Hi, I'm Danny de I have to fix this. I have to open it properly, I have to right click on it, go into that, then it goes into that, and we're back to normal. And we'll go straight into this guy here, who's now got stage 4 cancer.
So, right, okay, let me just quickly just move a few things around, exit my full screen. Let's see who've got their hands raised.
Oh, it's pretty green here.
Let me go here. Sorry about this, guys. Let me just see who we got here.
He thought I was a reporter, didn't you, Keith?
Full screen. So let's see who we got up. First, looks like we've got... Oh, we've got a Danny, or is it de Hek? A de Hek, are you there?
Yeah, g'day, how you going? Yep, how you doing?
I'm doing great, how are you doing?
Not too bad. I don't know, there's so many questions to ask. It's pretty hard when I can't actually ask any questions about all the negative stuff I've heard. So you only want to hear about testimonials?
Are you a guest? Are you a guest or are you a member?
I remember, by the way, I bought 14,000...
Oh, so you want to ask questions about all the negative stuff. Carry on, Danny.
Oh,
Fire
excellent.
away. What have you got to ask me?
All right, so I've got about 2,000 people that are having problems withdrawing their money. So that's I can't ask a question about that.
Whoa, Danny, we don't withdraw money, my friend. Sorry, you should have known
rewards.
that by now.
Yeah.
No, we don't withdraw. No, we don't withdraw rewards either. We withdraw cryptocurrency. That's what we withdraw.
Yeah. If you...
Do you not know that, Danny?
No. If you look at dehek.com, you'll see my videos. I thought he was going to cut me off.
I've seen your site actually, Danny, and I also see that you're also promoting some membership thing with 600 quid, or $600, sorry. That's what you're doing.
No.
What are you promoting, my friend? Are you trying to divert some of the disgruntled members onto your website?
They just twist everything. At that time, I was doing workshops, and people could buy workshops off me for being better at running their LinkedIn courses. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you can have them for $1 a month. No one did them. But anyway, that's what he's talking about.
To maybe promote whatever membership club.
No, it's easy to deflect, isn't it? It is easy.
No. I'm not saying to you, I've been to your website. You've come on here. What's your point, my friend?
That
you're a member as well.
There's no product or service, and it's only built on membership. You overtalked me. You asked me a question you want me to answer.
Yeah, but you said you're a member, but what are you accusing it of being now? Are you a member or not?
I am a member.
Yes or no?
I have a login.
Okay, so how long have you been on the membership platform?
About 2 months.
You've been about 2 months on the platform. So, okay, and what's your question, Danny?
My question is, how do you sleep at night scamming people?
How do I sleep at night scamming people, Danny? Is
yes,
that why
Keith
you come
Williams.
On make that comment. Great, Danny. I'm so happy about that. So are we all scamming people, Danny? Is that what we're all doing? Every single member on here scamming the next member. Is that
yes,
what we're doing, Danny?
that is correct. You are.
Oh, right. So how is that possible? So we're scamming unsuspecting innocent members so that the members on the platform can benefit, which they have been benefiting for 2.5 years.
Just because
how do you square that circle when there are members on our platform who are benefiting from who?
That's right. So Mr. Murdoch had a great Ponzi scheme, and a good way for a Ponzi scheme to be successful. If you're not going to let me talk, mate, what's the point of asking me a question?
I don't want to know, Danny. I've heard.
You're going to cut me off now.
No, I don't need to, because you keep coming back every night. I don't know what point you're trying to prove.
My point is,
Danny.
you shouldn't scam people. There's no product or service. This company has no product or service, and it only survives on memberships, and that is a Ponzi scheme.
Danny, am I the owner of the company?
Danny.co.nz if you want more information.
What do you think, Danny? Do you think that I'm the owner of the company? Do you that? Or
well, okay. Whereabouts is Stephen Reese Lewis? Whereabouts is Stephen Reese Lewis? There's no digital foot. So that's why I played this video now, because I was asking Keith Williams, where is Stephen Reese Lewis? And now we've found him. In front of me doesn't exist on the internet.
So is there no digital footprint of anybody? Because I think Stephen's Twitter is on Twitter. Is he not on Twitter?
It's not his account. We've got 2 Twitter accounts, and it's repeated the same information twice.
The next thing you're going to tell me, Danny, that the Who Exchange and CoinW doesn't exist. You're also going to say that HyperBC, which is connected to a regulated bank.
Another Hyper.
No. HyperBC, but it's regulated. There's a.
And that bank he's talking about is actually only in 5 states of United Arab Emirates. It's not a global bank. And I think we've proven that nothing is connected to HyperVerse. He cuts me off soon.
Behind it, Danny, do your research. There's a bank.
I've done my research, mate. The only research I can do on this company, the only research I can, the only research I can do on this company is going to your own website. It doesn't exist. See you later. Yeah. So, yeah, a bit green on that one. But that resulted in probably a 2-hour conversation with him in LinkedIn, and he was disgusting. He was... and since then, I actually have his best friend who messaged me the other day telling me, because I managed to claw back 2.1 million from Keith Williams. He's still living in the house, a £3 million house. And also, there's lots of other things going down at the moment, which I'm not going to bore you with. But there is actually a lot of action going down at the moment with companies like, the FBI and all that sort of stuff. I'm not dealing with the FBI, but I am dealing with another organisation, which I believe is the biggest organisation for these Ponzi schemes, fighting these Ponzi schemes. So it's quite exciting. It's sort of all coming to a head. So every time we get an article out there, we're going to get more and more information. It's going to be catch up. But you can see I was quite green in that video. But at that time, that video was played, everyone was looking for Stephen Reese Lewis and we couldn't find him. So just to find him, the real Stephen Reese Lewis, is a hoot. But it's probably another guy that's just going to seep through the cracks in the floorboard and, he'll get cocky. He'll come home. If he lives in the UK, he'll come home to visit. There was a guy locked up just a couple of weeks ago who came home for Christmas and got locked up. So, Stephen Harrison, if you're watching this video, I hope they paid you well. All right, I'm going to go. Thanks to everyone who's watching. If you've got any information about any of this, go straight to Sarah Martin. She's keen. She's biting it at the bit at the moment. She had today off, she said, but she was still working because she was so excited about finding the real Stephen Reese Lewis. Who can we find next? Who can we get behind bars next? Who knows? All right. See you guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.